Hi class, this is Ms. Schwantz. This is number 4 on chapter 8 practice test. It says, assume that a sample is used to estimate a population mean. Find the 90% confidence interval for a sample size of 38 with a mean of 59.4 and a standard deviation of 17.6. Find your answer as an open interval. That means in parentheses. That means, let me just clarify what that means here. That means that they want the lower bound, they want parenthesis, lower bound, comma, upper bound, in parentheses. Okay, so that's what that means. Okay, and so you may be used to the lower bound looking like this, lower bound, and then they put like the mean in the middle, and then upper bound. A lot of times the answers want you to put it in this format. But they also use this format. I think the TI-84 likes to use this format of presenting the final answer in a confidence interval, and this one is often also used. So just so that you know, this first format is the one they want here. That's what an open interval format with the parentheses means. Okay. All right. So enter your answer accurate to 1 decimal place, because the sample statistics are reported accurate to 1 decimal place. Okay, so they're just saying there's 1 decimal place here, so they want the final answer in 1 decimal place as well. Okay. Okay, so this is just a calculator, like, can we put it in the calculator correctly? So I grabbed the class calc, and I just have to make sure that one big, huge thing that you have to do with these types of problems, and let me just go back really fast, is you have to ask yourself, is it a mean or is it a proportion problem? Or proportion. Okay, you have to ask yourself that, because there's different methods and different tests that you're going to use depending on whether it is a mean problem. Are they asking us to estimate the population mean, or are they asking you to estimate the population proportion, right? This one gets a 1 prop z test, a z interval. And this one you would have to perform a t interval. Okay, that's the calculator, information calculator test that you would have to do. And so, of course, and then just that if this was a one that's asking for the number and how many do you need to sample, then you also would have a particular formula for the sample. How many in your sample would be for the mean, and there's a different formula for the proportion. So that's one of the biggest problems that you have to ask yourself in the very beginning of the problem, because that's going to change all of your answers, is whether this is a mean problem or a proportion problem. And if you read that first sentence carefully, assume the sample is used to estimate a population mean. So this is a mean problem. We're going to use the t interval for this. Okay, so let me try to just go down a little bit. And we're going to input stats. We're going to go to tests, and then I'm going to go to the t interval. It tells me exactly the information it wants from me. And if I don't know what these symbols mean, it tells me the sample mean must be entered first, the sample standard deviation second, the sample size, and the confidence level. So some calculators ask for the degrees of freedom, and that's n -1, the sample size -1. This calculator just asks for n, so depending on each calculator. So for the sample mean, they tell you find the 95% confidence interval for a sample of size 38. So that's n equals 38. The mean is 59.4. Okay, so that's what I'm going to enter in for this first one because X bar is the mean of the sample. So 59. Oh, hold on a second. Let's make sure. 59.4. Okay, then the standard deviation is 17.6. And the next is your N, which is 38. The sample size is 38. N is always the sample size. And then confidence level, let's just go back one more time. It was 90%. So we always put that as a decimal, 0.9. 0.9 is good enough. And then look at what happens here with this. So this is my confidence interval, 54 point, and they wanted one decimal place. So I would look to two decimal. So here's my one decimal place, there's a 5. But I look to the number directly to the right, and I ask, is it 5 or greater? It is. You add 1 to the 5 here. So it's 54.6. So let's go back. 54.6, comma, that's my lower bound, and my upper bound is, because I looked to two decimal places and there's a 1 in the 2 decimal place. And then, so I would say, well, that's not 5 or greater, so I do not add 1 to the 2. That's just the one single decimal place, so it's just 64.2. So 64.2, I in my parenthesis, and that's my answer. There we go. Okay. Notice how they did not want us to do any preliminary rounding at all in this answer. So that would be important if you can do this problem by hand using the formula, and it's a lot longer like that, but that would be really long. So there we go. That's our answer. Okay. All right. Let me know if you guys have any problems or have any questions. All right. Bye. And they show you the degrees of freedom here. And they also, just so you know, I'm sorry, because they show you the margin of error. That is this ME here. So some problems ask you for the margin of error. You don't actually have to find the margin of error. You can just kind of do the same calculation in the calculator as to find the T interval, and then, or to find the confidence interval. And then if you're using class calculator, it automatically gives you the margin of error and the degrees of freedom along with that. So just so you know that, okay? All right, bye. Hope you email me if you have any questions. Bye.